Today we are going to reading from BhagavadGita as it is by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. First chapter, last two verses, 45 and 46 verses we are trying to discuss. Yadimam apratikaram ashastram shastrapanaya. It's a custom between the Kshatriyas that in the fighting, if the other party hasn't got weapon to fight, this party will supply him weapon. Not that other party is without weapon and this party will take opportunity to kill him. This is not the rules and regulations of fighting. There are many rules and regulations of fighting actually. Not that because he is my enemy, I shall kill him at any way and any cost. No. There are rules and regulations in fighting. The enemy has broken his chariot, he's fallen down on the ground. The other parties also will immediately get down from the chariot. Suppose he's feeling, if one is on the foot and another one is on chariot, so he will be in the superior position. So therefore, the opposite party must also get down from the chariot and walk with him. That means the defeated enemy should be given all opportunities. So he may not think that unnecessarily in a weak position he has been killed. So Arjuna says, Arjuna of course did later on did that when he killed Karna. Karna was with a weapon and he fell down from the chariot. Karna, after falling down from the chariot, and he was trying to raise the wheel of the chariot from the mud. So Krishna asked Arjuna that this is the opportunity to kill him immediately. So at the time, he had no weapons in hand, fell down from the chariot. And in that position, he was killed by Arjuna, the order of Krishna. This is actually a violation of the law externally. So, see, carefully we need to observe this. This is a violation of law according to norms of the battle of war. But when it is ordered by Krishna, it's not a violation because Dharmastu Saksat Bhagavad Praneetam. You can violate the laws on the order of Krishna. That is what we need to understand. Many times people, talk about it and say that, how it is Dharma, this, that. But the point is, we need to understand who is Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Dharma means what is spoken by Krishna, what is ordered by Krishna. So, so-called rules and regulations, you can violate it if it is ordered by Krishna. You cannot say that, no, I cannot do it because it's, this rules and regulation. That means you're not understood Krishna. If Krishna has ordered something to do, just do it. That's the best dharma that you can think of. That is called surrender. And Krishna says you do this, although it is wrong from many perspectives from external point of view, still you have to do it. There is no other consideration. See, for instance, in a fight, in a war field, the commander says to the soldier, do this. His duty is to do that. Sometimes a common soldier may think that, what is the commander is ordering may not be in favor, but it is going to give a negative consequence. A soldier should not think what is right or wrong. He should just obey the orders. See, just like Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was advised by Krishna that, Maharaj Yudhishthira, you go to Dronacharya and inform him that your son is dead. It was actually false information. Because Dronacharya would not die if he is not affected with some lamentation. So Krishna asked Maharaja Yudhishthira that you go because you are recognized as a truthful person, Dharma Raja. So when you will say, although this is a false information, he will believe it. But Yudhishthira hesitated. How can I tell lie? He disobeyed the order of Krishna. Rather, he wanted to become a truthful. For this reason, he has to see the hell. In the mundane consideration, there are so many things. This is right, this is wrong, this is right, this is wrong. So long we are on mundane platform, you have to obey all these rights and wrongs and this rule and that rule. But in the spiritual platform, when it is ordered by Krishna, that order is above all the dualities. Why? Because Krishna is absolute. So Krishna says something apparently looks like wrong thing to do. See, first of all, Krishna cannot say anything wrong. God is all good. Itecham sakalapamsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the God. Krishna is Bhagavan. Krishna is Supreme Lord. If you discriminate God's order from the mundane platform, then generally you will be misguided. Anyone who has got a firm and fixed up faith that whatever God does, whatever God orders, even from mundane calculations, it may be wrong, but that is absolute right. That is a complete understanding of Krishna, complete understanding of absolute. So those who are in the spiritual platform, for them, there is no consideration of right and wrong from the mundane material point of view. Their only consideration is whether Krishna is pleased with this or not pleased with this. That's all. If Krishna is pleased by inducing me to do something wrong, I will not hesitate doing it. I will do it because it is Krishna's order. Tasmin tushte jagat tushtam. My principle should be, if Krishna is satisfied, then everything is all right. But while we are in the mundane platform, we should not concoct the idea that Krishna is pleased, let me do this. No, it's not based on our mundane concoction. We may think that you do anything and say, now this I'm doing it for Krishna's pleasure, so that's fine, I can do any nonsense. No, that we cannot do. We have to follow the rules and regulations very strictly. But if you think it is, you cannot think by yourself. For that matter, you cannot make a decision by yourself. Neither you can manufacture any new rules and regulations by yourself. So how then, there is a dharma, it's mentioned. And violation, how does it happen? How is it becomes a dharma, something apparently wrong, but it is not wrong? How can I do that? You should hear the instructions from Krishna directly or his representative, spiritual master. See, we cannot take the directions from Krishna now because we are not face to face with Krishna. That's not possible because we are not in touch with Krishna at the present moment. So we are trying to see Krishna through the transparent medium of spiritual master. So you cannot manufacture that this is Krishna's desire, so I can do anything I want. No. You have to get it confirmed from transparent medium, spiritual master. These are the principles to be followed. So Arjuna says, Yadimam apratikaram. Pratikaram, apratikaram means contraction. And apratikaram means without any contraction. So he is informing Krishna that the other party, Dhatarashtra, the sons of Dhatarashtra, other party, they kill me while I'm not prepared. See, but that is not the regulation of fighting. So therefore he says that apratikaram, whether If I'm not prepared and they kill me, all of a sudden, this is wrong. I accept it. Though it is wrong, I'll accept. Let them kill me. Apratikaram. I'm not, I'm having a weapons or, I'm not going to. At the time they wanted to kill me. Ashastram. I'm not having any weapons. See, in the fight, a Kshatriya, one must be equipped with all weapons. But he's saying, but when I'm not equipped with the weapons, or I'm not willing to fight, because I'm not willing to fight, this has been decided by Arjuna. I cannot kill my kinsman. Therefore, I'm not going to take the step of pratikaram, counteraction. So even in the condition, they come and kill me. I'm not, taking any pratikaram, counteraction for their activities. They insulted, the entire crew, Pandavas, and they insulted Draupadi, Pandava's wife, and they have squeezed away their riches. The kingdom was stolen, literally, unjustly. Even then, I decided not to fight with them. And that situation also, the other party wanted to kill me, let them kill me. Yadimam apratikaram ashastram. I am not fully equipped with shastra, weapons. Ashastram and shastra panaya. They are fully equipped with weapons and they don't have any weapons. Dhatarashtra ranehanyas. So in this condition, the other party, my cousin brothers, sons of Dhritarashtra, if they kill me, ranehanyas, tanme kshamatram bhavet. In fact, I prefer that. I'm not going to fight. If you think that if you don't fight, they will take the opportunity. Talking to Krishna. He's already giving the counter argument. That Krishna, if you think that I don't fight, but they will take the opportunity and kill me immediately, that also I shall prefer. But I'm not going to fight. This is my decision. Sanjay Ovacha. So Sanjaya, the secretary of the Dhritarashtra, we talked about this, right? The Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya are sitting in their room in the palace. So Evam Mukta, thus saying, Arjuna, the person, Arjuna is nominative case here. Arjuna, Sankhe, in the battlefield, Ratopastha, on the chariot, Upavisat. We have seen the picture on BhagavadGita front page, right? In the cover, we'll see Krishna blew his conch shell and from the back side, Arjuna is just trying to take his arrow and fight. But instead of fighting, he is Visrijjasa Sharam Chapam. No, I'm not going to fight. I'm giving up fighting. Finished. I'm no more going to fight. Visrijja Sasastram Chapam. Fight is Soka Samvigna Manasa. His mind was overwhelmed with lamentation. That how can I kill my kinsman? This is the position of Arjuna. Pratikaram. There are two things. Apratikaram, pratikaram. Pratikaram means contraction. Here in this material world, for everything there is a contraction. Just like if you are deceased, so you have to take the medicine. That's pratikaram. The disease is caused by some, what is called, disarrangement within the body. So we have to rearrange. We have to step in and set up the disarrangement within the body to be eliminated. So in order to take care of the disarrangement in the body, we take some medications. That becomes pratikar. medicine is a contraction. Similarly, if somebody is coming to kill you, so you also become prepared to kill him. That is pratikaram. If somebody is drowning in the ocean, you have to give him some help. Send some boat or some lifeboat so that he can be saved from that situation. So I got so many examples in this material world. Is going on like that. Every action there is a contraction, opposite reaction. Bhautik Jagat, that means the material world, is full of dangers. Padam padam yad vipadam. Srimad Bhagavatam communicates this. Material world means step by step, simply danger. That is material world. So we need to find our pratikaram. Pratikaram means contraction. Every point in the material world there is a danger. We need to find a contraction. Like when you are diseased, you need to find some medication to contract the disease. Similarly, in the material world, every step there is a danger. Padam padam yad vipadam. We need to find a contraction for the dangerous situation. How to save yourself from the danger? Just like when we walk, you see in so many doors, danger, so that you be warned. Sometimes, sometimes doors are written like, beware of the dog. So you have to take care. Okay, there is a dog. Then, no, I shall not enter this area. So everything is danger in this material. Everything is a pratikaram. Everything is a danger. Then you need to contract it. Pratikaram. How to save yourself from that? That is called struggle for existence. See, in the material world, danger every step. We need to find a counteraction every step of our life. That is called struggle for existence. This is a definition of struggle for existence. Because there are so many difficulties in the material world. Every step of our life, we'll see some danger. In fact, in the material world, there is only thing that exists is a danger, 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 and danger. Material world means danger and contraction. Danger and contraction. See, I'm unhappy. So just to become happy, I have to work. I have to get money. Whatever I want, I can buy from them and try to get some happiness. And I try to be happy by getting something which I wanted. In the process, actually, I'm getting more distress. This is going on. Pratikaram, danger, vipadam. Padam padam yad vipadam. Padam padam yad vipadam natisham. So samashrita ye padapallavam plavam. Anyone who has taken shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna, samashritaye padapallavam plavam mahat. Padam punya yasho murare. Murari. Murari means Krishna. Punya yasho is simply glorified by pious activities. There is no impious activities in Krishna. Krishna is the purest. So whatever he does is pure. The people with the poor fund of knowledge, ajnani, without knowledge. Prabhupada uses the words like, rascals. They do not understand this. They do not know this. They think Krishna is immoral. There was a professor, Srila Prabhupada quotes many times. He does not know. The professor does not understand Krishna. He is considered a very, very big scholar and a great professor. They talk about Krishna, that professor. And they talk about Krishna. They talk about instructing about Krishna. They talk about, these professors, they think that, they are capable of instructing Krishna and Krishna is immoral. Prabhupada says this is rascaldom, foolishness. If you do not know something perfectly and still you're talking about it, this is actually cheating. And this is going on. Punyesho mura. Punyesho murare. What is Krishna? Krishna says, Bahunam janmanamante gnanavamam prapajyate. We have to know Krishna. Because as soon as you know Krishna, you become immediately liberated. Janma karma chame divyam evam yo vidyate takta deham punarjanma naiti mamiti. Just by understanding Krishna, you will be liberated from this material existence. Janma mrityu jaravadi chakrabandhana. So knowing Krishna is not so easy thing. That's why Krishna says, Manushyanam sahasreshu kachityatati siddha. First of all, you become siddha. Siddha means perfect. Perfect means perfect knowledge. That is called siddha. There is another meaning to the word siddha. Another meaning of siddha is very powerful. Master of all yogic perfection. This is also called siddha. Yogic perfection. There are 8 kinds of perfection. Anima, Laghima, Prapti, Prakamyam. There is a shloka on this. Anima, Laghima, Prapti, Prakarmyam, Mahima, Yata, Ishitvam cha, Ashitvam cha, Tata Kama Vasayati. So they obtain 8 kinds of siddhis. Ashtanga yoga. That means 8. When they get perfection in these 8 kinds of different yogic processes, they are called siddhas. In fact, from the material point of view, a perfect yogi can counteract anything, and whatever he likes, he can do. That is called siddhi, ashta siddhi. But he is still not equal to siddha, perfect siddha, Krishna. Krishna's one name of Krishna is, there's innumerable names of Krishna. One of them is Yogeshwara. He is a master of all yogis, Yogeshwara. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna. 18th chapter, 78 verse. That talks about Krishna. The yogi also, they are deficient Krishna's power. Still, some fools, without any yoga siddhi, they claim that they themselves become God. Prabhupada asked this question, what is your qualification to called as God? Have you got all yoga siddhas? You don't even have a perfect yoga siddhas. How can you claim that you are a God, but you are a rascal? Without even knowing the qualification of the God, what should be there to be called as a God, the people claim themselves to be God. And other fools, other rascals, Prabhupada, they also believe that, hey, here is the God. Both of them are animals, actually. That's what Krishna says. That's what Prabhupada says. That's what Shastra says. Savid Varahotsara Karaha Samastu Purusha Pashu. This is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam. One who does not know actually what is Krishna, we accept somebody, some fool or a rascal as a god, then he is also animal. That is also animal. One who is claiming that I am as good as Krishna, certainly animal, lazy person. He does not know what is the power of Krishna, how much he is Yogeshwara. He is falsely claiming to become Krishna. And one who accepts him as Krishna, he is also fool number 1. So Krishna, one should understand first of all, what is Krishna? Who is Krishna? Without understanding Krishna, if somebody remarks, if he thinks Krishna as an ordinary human being, Bhagavad Gita it's mentioned, Anantima Mudha Manusham Tanumashritam. Avajanantima Mudha Manusham Tanumashritam. Hmm? This ninth chapter, 11th verse, I believe, Bhagavad Gita. Muda's business, rascal's business, Prabhupada says. They think that Krishna is an ordinary human being. Manushya Leela. See, if you take Krishna as a like me, like ordinary man, ordinary human being, then I'm considered a Muda. See, how can be a human child, a normal human child, at the age of 6 or 7 years, can lift the whole mountain like a Govardhana? First of all, we need to, try to understand Krishna. How much powerful Krishna is. How a 3-month-old child can kill a big demon like a Putana. These things are there in Bhagavatam about Krishna's life. How can we claim to be as good as Krishna? This is crazy. Crazy to the extent it is called animalism. So Krishna's order must be final. If he says, whatever Krishna says is perfect. Here is Arjuna's position. See, Arjuna's position is Krishna is already arranged for the battle. And he knows that Krishna was this battle. But Arjuna's position is, still he says that Yadimam Apratikaram. He is deciding in this way. This is called Maya. He knows what is Krishna's desire and still he is speaking his own philosophy. That means Arjuna is placing himself on the position of an ordinary man. Ordinary man does not know what is Krishna and what is Krishna's desire. And he manufactures his own philosophy and thoughts. This is a position of an ordinary man. But Arjuna is always a friend of Krishna, constant friend. His name is Gudakesha. Gudaka means darkness. Kesha means above. Gudakesha means above all darkness. Certainly he must be. When he is Krishna's and directly, how there can be any ignorance? There cannot be. So now question arises, why Arjuna is playing that part? Because he knows Krishna's desire. Still he says that Yadimam Apratikaram Ashastram Shastrapanaya. Tanme Kshemataram Bhavet. He's playing like that. See, Arjuna is full of an ordinary man because without Arjuna's playing like that, how is Bhagavad Gita will be spoken? He's making a just like a playing on the stage. Sometimes, a very rich man, he is in drama, playing on the stage, party of a very poor man. But actually, he is not poor man. But on the stage, he is playing the part of the poor man. Similarly, Arjuna is not bewildered. But for the time being, he appears to be bewildered by Krishna's desire, Krishna's Maya. Because Krishna wants to speak Bhagavad Gita for the benefit of the whole world. He wanted to give the spiritual knowledge to entire world. This is what Krishna arranges, a stage arrangement kind of. Krishna wanted to do something, he does those things through his devotees. So Arjuna is a great devotee of Krishna. Krishna wanted to propagate this dharma, this message of Bhagavad Gita to the whole world. So he's using Arjuna as a means, medium, through which he wanted to communicate this message to the world. So pratikaram, apratikaram. See, whatever in the material world, you have manufactured, pratikaram, counteraction, many things, but that will be also be failure if Krishna does not sanction it. Anything we arrange, counteractions and so many other things, Krishna doesn't approve it, sanction it. That will fail. In fact, that is realized by Prahlad Maharaj. He says, my dear Lord, see, he's addressing about, he's talking about Hiranyakashipu, and he says that people have manufactured so many pratikaram, counteractions, but tanubratam, those who have accepted this material body, they are simply manufacturing things to counteract dangers. Padam padam vipadam, there are dangers, but what do you do in the material world? The so-called scientists, modern civilization, the people do, there are dangers. We try to find a counteraction for the danger. Even though we have all these counteraction mechanisms and missions, counteracting agents, still without the sanction of Krishna, this counteracting mission or agent will not be fruitful. That's what Prahlad Maharaj says in Bhagavatam. So contracting agents, still without your sanction Krishna, they all become failure. So similarly, Arjuna is being protected by Krishna. So even though Arjuna is not well equipped, apratikaram, still he will be saved. Because Krishna is there. Vad vibho tanubratam tadupekshitam. Even if one is well equipped, if Krishna does not like to save that person, he will not be saved. Always mind this. Rakshe Krishna Marika, Mare Krishna Raksheke. If Krishna wants to kill, nobody can save. If Krishna wants to kill you, nobody can save you. And if Krishna wants to save you, nobody can kill you. This is the position. So the examples are given by Prahlad Maharaja. Balasya neha sharanam. Pitrau Nrsimha. My Lord Narsimhadeva, the parents of the children, they are not actually protector of the children, because generally we think that this boy has got his father, mother, is well protected. No, father and mother, every father and mother wants to protect the child, but still the child has to meet so many dangers and child may die. There are so many experiences in our daily life. Similarly, balasya sharanam pitarau nasimha. See, father and mother are contraction, the danger of the child, dangers encountered by the child. But Prahlad Maharaj says, no, they are not the contraction. It is not that if a child is in danger, because the father and mother is very strong, very rich, he will be able to give protection to the child. No, that's not possible. Then, Naratasya Chagadam. The medicine is, see, suppose a person is suffering from some disease, some fatal disease. If you think, I shall engage first-class physician and I shall supply first-class medicine, if you think, the patient will be saved. If I engage in class medicine and great physician, I will pick up the physicians who are considered the topmost in the entire world and invite them and have enough money to pay them and all that stuff. And then, definitely I'm going to save my child because I have money and I can engage the best physician in the world. Can you save the child? The Krishna doesn't want it. You can't save the child. I got many experiences like that. If the richest can save one person, no rich man can ever die because he has got money, can employ first-class physician, first-class medicine. And simply by engaging such things, contracting pratikaram, cannot be saved. There are so many examples in our day-to-day life. So the conclusion is, tapat vibhotanu vritam tvat upekshitanam. If you neglect, you have decided that this person, this child cannot be saved, Krishna decides that this person has to be killed, then any amount of pratikaram, contraction, will not help. Therefore, real pratikaram is, real contraction is Krishna. A real contractive position of padam padam vipadam in this material world, there is a danger. How do you contract the danger? Taking shelter of Krishna. So better we take shelter of Krishna, as Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mami sharanam raja. You must always know that no contraction will be beneficial for us unless we are protected by Krishna. So our business should be fully surrender to Krishna and seek his protection. If you completely surrender to Krishna, Sarva dharman parityajya mami sharanam raja, then Krishna says, yes, aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshishami. I shall give you protection. This is the philosophy of Bhagavad Gita. You had to believe on the assertion of Krishna that he is prepared to give me all protection, provided I have fully surrendered unto his. The way to surrender unto lotus feet of Krishna completely is imbibing Krishna consciousness in life. What is the process to imbibe Krishna consciousness into our life? As Krishna advised, is in Dwapara Yuga, he spoke in Bhagavad Gita and said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam. And he appeared in Kali Yuga as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and shown us how to adhere to the principles given by Krishna. Krishna appeared as his devotee to show how to follow instructions. Being a devotee, as a devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu shown how to perform Krishna Bhakti, devotional service to Krishna. In Kali Yuga, performing devotional service become easier by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Krishna. And this is not going to last forever. Just is going to be about 10,000 years, starting from the appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The lifespan of Kali Yuga is 432,000 years, out of which just 10,000 years, this golden opportunity is given. This era is called golden era of Kali Yuga. Since the time of appearance of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, starting from that time to 10,000 years. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu appeared 535 years ago. That means I have time of 9,465 years. But the point is, we don't have that much of time. The reason being that if we don't take up to Krishna consciousness now, we may not get the human form of life. Unless the living entity gets a human form of life, they cannot engage in Krishna consciousness. This is a danger. Right now, we have got the human form of life. And by mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, mercy of all the Vaishnavacharyas, Srila Prabhupada, have been introduced to Krishna consciousness. And this knowledge is given to us. Suppose if we don't take up this process now, what happens? There's 84 species of life. We don't get the human form of life. We don't take up to Krishna consciousness. This is guaranteed. Then what the life is going to be? The way we think at the time of living this body, whatever the mind thinks, that's a position we'll take. That's a body we'll get. Yam yamapi smaran. So if that body comes in, there's a cycle that starts. 80 lakhs of species of life. And some of the species live so long a period. Some we can see the trees. Some trees are there since Satya Yuga and prior to Satya Yuga. Imagine a situation that particular tree is a one living entity, one spirit soul that is standing there since the time of Satya Yuga. That means so many years has passed. Suppose if somebody, as a human being, after knowing Krishna consciousness, they have not taken it up, or knowing or unknowingly they have not taken it up, then that means what? But for some reason, they become a tree, let's imagine, for a minute. And they're going to live for another 3-4 yugas. This 10,000 is equal, very simply gone. It's a very, 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 very dangerous situation. This material world is padam padam vipadam. Every step is a danger. And the contraction for the danger is taking up to Krishna consciousness. How to take up to Krishna consciousness is a very simple process. Srila Prabhupada has given that process in terms of, there's the regulations, the 4 regulations. If we take up these 4 regulations into our life, imbibe those 4 regulations into our life, we can be completely following the order of Krishna. Following the order of Krishna means complete surrender to Krishna. That means complete liberation from cycle of birth and death, the material existence. What is those 4 principles to be followed? Every day, chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This mantra has to be chanted at least 16 rounds every day. We have chanted once, right? If you chant 108 times, that becomes a one round. You need to chant at least 16 rounds such manas. And only take Krishna Prasadam. Whatever you eat, that has to be Krishna Prasadam. And that means whatever you offer to Krishna, partake in that remnants of offerings. And you need to offer to Krishna what he takes. Krishna says, Patram Pushpam Phanam Krishna takes vegetarian food. Within the vegetarian, he doesn't take onion, garlic. You should not make any preparation with these things. And you have to make the preparations with the vegetarian ingredients and offer to Krishna with love and affection. And partake in the prasadam. That's the only thing you need to eat. Nothing. Whenever you are taking something, make sure that is offered to Krishna. That has to be prasadam. And be in the association of devotees. And Nityam Bhagavad Seva, every day, hear about Krishna, read about Krishna, discuss about Krishna. If you are every day hearing about Krishna, automatically you start thinking about Krishna. Smarana. When you are thinking about Krishna, you start talking about Krishna. Then when you're talking about Krishna, thinking about Krishna, hearing about Krishna, you're engaged in the service of Krishna. When you're chanting Krishna's name, you're engaged in the service of Krishna. Then you'll become free from the karmic reactions. That way, you lead your life, do your activities, but you're not bound by any karma. Rather, you're getting purified, and your heart is getting purified. The sublime, inherent devotion towards Krishna is awakened. That is Krishna consciousness. The only way to counteract the various dangers of this material world. In fact, there is innumerable many dangers in this material world. Every step of our life, every minute of our life, every second of our life, there is a danger. The way to counteract that danger is become the devotee of Krishna. See, all kinds of dangers are at once taken away if you take a to Krishna consciousness, take the shelter of Krishna. That's the essence of these two shlokas today. Can stop it here, Mataji and Prabhuji. If anybody has any questions or comments or corrections, let us discuss.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I have a clarification, Prabhuji, if it is okay.
Yes, Prabhu, sure.
Prabhuji, we are very confident that Krishna has taken our son with a purpose.
Yes.
So that he is getting released from all unnecessary evils of life.
Yes.
But we are just wondering, we were expecting our son to do our last rites, which we are not fortunate enough now.
Actually, I understand your question. What will happen? What's your question?
Yes, Prabhuji, see, normally we expect our son to do our last.
Right.
Now that Krishna has preferred to take our son before us,
Yes.
how are our last rites going to be taken care?
Yes. Very good question, concerning question. First of all, from philosophical point of view, when you are taking a shelter of Krishna, whoever performs your last rites, that's not going to be important, because once you take the shelter of Krishna, all of the rules and regulations are exempted for you. For anybody who becomes Krishna, that's what we discussed today. Whatever Krishna says is superior than any other rule. Talked about, if the warrior is on the chariot, another warrior, opponent is not on the chariot, one should not kill. But Arjuna killed Karna on the order of Krishna. Karna doesn't had any weapon in his hand. He was not even in the chariot, but Arjuna was on the chariot. But it is said that that's a superior principle, though in normal circumstances, normal rules and regulations of war is concerned, that's not a accepted thing, and that's a violation of the rules. But since Krishna, that becomes accepted dharma, accepted rule. Similarly, when you become devotee of Krishna, then all these rules and regulations of karma kanda, principles of Vedic scriptures, becomes null and void. That's what the meaning of the verse. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam raja ahampa sarupa pivya moksheshamacha. If you become a devotee of Krishna, believe me, it doesn't happen that for any devotee that he is thrown on the roads. It never happens. But because Krishna is there, he protects. But if something like that happens also, nothing to worry. Because a Krishna Bhakta, if when you are living our body, a Bhakta, a devotee of Krishna, what does he do? If every minute you are thinking about Krishna, at the time of death, automatically you will think of Krishna. If that happens, actually Krishna sends his chariot to bring that soul back to his abode, Goloka. That is a position. These last rites and these all things are required for the people who is in the cycle of birth and death. But one who becomes a Krishna Bhakta, this is not so important. But for another answer for you is, if we are concerned about the Vedic scriptures and Vedic rites, if the son is not there, the daughter's husband becomes the son. And daughter's son becomes your son. There's so many injunctions in the Vedic scriptures. So that way, that will be taken. But for you, I have a strong feeling what I have seen in the last few weeks and months of time. For you, it's not at all important, because you're Krishna Bhakta. You have taken this process very seriously into your life. And actually, taking your son away from you is actually boon in disguise for you. It may not, palatable to hear, but reality is you are becoming a Krishna Bhakta, which is, very rare to find. We talked about, Manushanam Sahasreshu Kachitita. Among the thousands and thousands and thousands of people who endeavor to find the truth, absolute truth, among that one really understands what is the truth. And thousands of such people who understand the truth, one follows it. And among such thousands of people, you are the one really speaking that you are taken up to Krishna consciousness. So actually, taking away your son away from you, maybe, it's a few years early that you may feel like that. I can totally understand from the point of view of a parent.
Yes.
But that your son has so many parents, and his real parent is actually eternal parent is Krishna. Being eternal parent, he has more responsibility to take care of your son than you and me. Or you as a parent, you are just a parent for your son for this life. But your son has so many lives and so many parents. And Krishna is the eternal parent of your son, is the eternal parent of all of us. So as a parent, when you abide by Krishna's orders, Krishna will take care of us. Nothing to worry. In reality, Prabhuji,
Yes, Guruji.
I have a long family, but I am the single person. So many things happen in my life too. So I live by myself.
Yes.
But we should not worry about that because Krishna is a protector. We need to have complete faith in Krishna. He will take care. All we need to do is, follow the principles or orders given by Krishna with complete faith. He will arrange for everything. For that matter, the external principles are Vedic principles of Karma Kanda section of Vedic principles is not even applicable for devotee. That's what we talked about today. There are so many principles, but those principles are null and void when one becomes Krishna's devotees, because Krishna's order is superior than any other order. All Vedic principles, the Karmakanda section of the Vedic principles, are meant for the people who are in a Varnashrama Dharma, who are in the material world, still wanted to enjoy their life and so on and so forth. But one who become a Krishna servant, devotee of Krishna, exempt from all the rules and regulations. So you don't have to worry about all these things at all. Completely become free from these thoughts and dedicate yourself, your thoughts towards Krishna, pastimes of Krishna, chant the holy name of Krishna, and only take Krishna Prasadam. And try to give this knowledge to your friends and relatives. That way you are fully engaged. And your faith in Krishna is also increases, reinforces, very, very strong. It becomes complete conviction. That way, if you can progress on this path, Krishna personally takes care of them. Ananyas chintayantoma ejana paripasati tesham nityabhayuktana yogakshema mamamiham. Whoever becomes Krishna's devotees, every minute of his life is thinking about Krishna. For that person, Krishna says, I will provide what he lacks and I'll protect what he has. To the extent I will take care of them personally by myself. It doesn't engage some via media other energies. He personally takes care of that particular devotee. So that's the reason, if you remember in our first few meetings, first meeting itself, I said the way to help your son is you become devotee of Krishna. Wherever he is, because Krishna promises if one becomes a devotee, then 7 generations in both directions, he will protect them. He take care of them. This is a guarantee given by Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, when Prahlad Maharaj requests Narsimhadev, initially Prahlad Maharaj says, Narsimha says that, you ask me any boon you want. Prahlad says that, no. Don't try to me engage in this material activities by asking a boon. I'm going to, engaging something for the benefit of myself, then, I'll be got into this cycle of Maya. So kindly don't encourage me to ask for any boon. I don't want any boon. But Narsimhadev insists, no, I wanted to give something. Out of my pleasure, I want to give you something. Please ask something. Then Prahlad Maharaj says, okay, if you insist you wanted to give me something more, I only request you, forgive my father. He has done so many mistakes, so many offenses at your lotus feet. Kindly forgive him. Then Narsimhadev says, you don't even ask this. Because before you even ask this, he's forgiven and he's given liberation because you are the devotee. Because you are a devotee, he is already forgiven. See, from the spiritual perspective, this losing this body is like, it's just like losing a dress. Right?
Yes.
So the killing of Hiranyakashipu is nothing really harm to Hiranyakashipu, rather is liberated because his son, Prahlad Maharaj, is a great devotee of the Lord. So it's it's evidence that Krishna assures it. If one takes up to devotional service, he personally takes. You don't have to worry. See, if you become a devotee, then what happens? Your son is taken care of wherever he is, and you are fully taken care of. So it's a very important. That's the reason, in the first discussion itself, we decided that you should take up to Krishna consciousness. That's the best way you can benefit your son, benefit yourself. Hope this answers your question, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji, we were fully conscious that Krishna will help him. He left this world because of unbearable pain,
I know.
which now Krishna would have helped him to get rid of that pain, and he is happy with this.
Definitely, Prabhuji, because you have taken up to Krishna consciousness, I can guaranteely say that, unless you take up to Krishna consciousness, we cannot say guarantee, because somebody who is committing a suicide, it's a sin actually, according to Vedic scriptures. And the consequence of that is he don't get another body until the duration of the period that body is supposed to be is having that body. He forcefully
Yes.
liberated himself from that body. That means he
Yes.
has to stay around until the time is complete. But
Yes.
since taken up to Krishna consciousness, because of your devotion, he is completely protected. He'll be getting a next body quickly, and consequently he becomes a devotee of Krishna because you are engaged in Krishna consciousness. It's not an ordinary thing. Probably, Krishna has given you this so-called external grief so that you take the shelter of Krishna. See, Krishna is in everybody's life. If you notice it, ultimate goal of creation of this material world is these spirit souls who has forgotten that they are the eternal servants of Krishna and
Yes.
take up independent path. See, this is like rebellious children. A father who is always wanted his child to come back to his home. If a rebellious
Yes.
child, out of rebellion thing, wanted to revolt the father and says that no, I wanted to leave the home. What do father do? Every minute he is trying to bring back the child back home, right?
Yes.
That's exactly Krishna is doing, because we are all the children of Krishna. He is giving us circumstances in this material world so that you can understand that this is not a permanent place for me. So that you can start thinking about actually who am I, and who is the controller, and who is God. What is my relationship with him? And consequently, what you do? Then you come closer to Krishna and surrender to Krishna. The whole purpose of material creation is that the living entity to understand his real position, awaken his dormant love for Krishna. Now I can understand that externally it looks like great pain.
Yes.
But actually, the desire of Krishna is Krishna is Sukridam Sarvabhuteshu, is a best friend for every living entity. So whatever happens, sometimes externally it looks like what a pain. How can Krishna do this to me? It happens like that. It sounds like that. But ultimate benefactor is sometimes if you go to the doctor, he may operate on us, some body part is not working or something. Is actually using knives, right, to cut the body parts. It's a very painful. But ultimately, why is inducing that pain on us? Ultimately to cure us. Similarly, materially, sometimes it looks like it's the pain is inflicted on us. But ultimately, Krishna is doing that for our ultimate benefit. We as individuals are spirit souls, right? So Krishna's point of view is on the platform of platform of spirit. So we also, if you understand this body is a temporary, I'm not this body, but spirit soul, then this grief will very easily go away. Because we're all Krishna's children. The death means just departing from this body, nothing. This stula sharira, they call it as like physical body.
Yeah.
So this comes back again. That's not a big deal. All will die, right? There's nothing new about it. Every day we're seeing all living entities leaving their body. So many living entities every day. When human beings, hundreds, thousands, and millions of millions of, it's nothing new. When you understand this, when the something like this, what happened to you, something like that happens to our life, then you start thinking, suddenly it's kind of a shock, right? You start thinking, what exactly happening in my life? Then you start thinking about, this is an opportunity given by Krishna for us to go back home, back to Godhead, take the shelter of Krishna. So you should think in that direction, actually. In fact, that is the truth, actually. So take this as, the boon in disguise and take up to this devotion. So you have already taken it.
Yes,
Everything is going to be perfectly all right, Prabhuji. Believe me or not.
yeah, we firmly believe, Prabhuji, that Krishna wanted our son back to him
Yes.
to get rid of pains. So
Absolutely.
he is with Krishna now,
Yeah.
and we see Krishna now.
Krishna knows better than us, because we should understand that you are only parent for your son for this life. But Krishna
Yes.
is eternal father.
Yeah.
So definitely he will take care of your son 100%.
Dhanyavad, Guruji.
Because he is a permanent father. We all belongs to Krishna. How can he be not merciful? Definitely. Externally, it look like sometimes, how it can be, and etc. Because we're still under the bodily concept of life. We identify ourselves with the body. So we'll feel all this. But ultimately, Krishna is a benefactor for everybody.
Yes, Prabhu. Dhanyavad. Dhanyavad.
Very nice question. So, very nice, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for our question. It's a very valid question. Nicely,
yes,
an opportunity to discuss. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
नाम संकीर्तन की जय. नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय.
Jai.
अमवैत भक्त वृंद की जय. अंतरा श्रीमद भागवतम की जय. Thank you very much, Mataji and Prabhuji. You have given me the opportunity to speak from Srila Prabhupada's books. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity.
Prabhu. Dhanyavad Pranam.
Pranam Prabhu. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Dhanyavad Pranam, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dhanat Pranam. Hari Hari Bol.